What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to the Knicks Cave. I'm Jan, the Knicks fan, your host, and let's get right into it. But before we do, don't forget to hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe. Leave a comment. You want to know when the next video going to drop? Hit the notification bell. All right, y'all. Let's get into the video. Y'all see the thumbnail. Y'all see the headline. New York Post. Why Mikal Bridges asked Tom Thibodeau to play New York starters few minutes. Um, I'm not going to read the article, but what I'm going to do, let you listen to my man Steph Bond is this guy who broke the story. It's his story. So I'm gonna let you listen to it. It's about 2 minutes and 22 seconds long, and then I'm gonna break it down. It's not gonna be a long video. My old pine is gonna be about maybe 5, 6, 7 minutes, the longest. But let's get into it, all right? And then I want y'all to hit me in the comments because I'm telling y'all right now, a lot of content is about to change. I'm gonna be real. A lot of things is about to change. All right. All right, let's get into it. First thing I want to talk about, like I said, the Steph Bondi video. So we're gonna get right into it. All right, let's just cut this music off so y'all can get a good hair. You know what I'm saying?
Knicks guard Mikal Bridges asks Tom Thibodeau to back off a bit on the starters' minutes because the bench deserves more minutes themselves. Our New York Post Knicks beat writer Steph Bond broke
Deserve
the
some
story.
playing time,
He's
y'all.
on now, live from Portland. Steph, let's get straight into this thing. Mikal Bridges, he's an Iron Man out there, but does he have a point? Does Tibbs need to ease up on the minutes and give the bench a little bit more playing time?
Well, I mean, it's a very complicated
Steph.
question because
Let's
if
hear
you
what you
look
gotta
at
say.
the bench that was assembled, I don't think it is a top tier bench. Just if you look at talent standpoint, and listen, that was a big reason why they had to go with the bench that they did is because they splurged so much on the starting lineup. They spent so much of their cap and their assets to build this starting lineup that reducing the experience and the talent on the bench was going to be a byproduct of that, and it was. But I did find it very interesting and a little bit surprising that Mikal Bridges acknowledged that he talked to the coach and he said, "Listen, you got to play the bench more. You should be playing the bench more.
About that as well.
It's hard to play 48 minutes in a game. It's hard on the body." And guys like Landry Shamet, they're playing well. You should leave them out there.
A lot of money.
I thought that was a very interesting acknowledgement from Mikal Bridges, who, by the way, is the NBA's Iron Man. Owns the consecutive games played streak. Top, number one in the NBA right now. Leads the NBA in minutes. So, coming from him, I thought it was certainly noteworthy.
The coach's job to make him better.
5 starters lead.
Got to get him on the court
in minutes. Tom Thibodeau, he's known for this. Starters play a lot of minutes. How do you think he's going to respond?
That's a good question too. We talked to him later today before the Blazers game. I'm going to bring up, what Mikal Bridges said and what his response has been. But historically, Tom just
think he's the only one. But go ahead.
And says he pays it no mind. Listen, this has been a criticism surrounding him for a very long time. And just this season, for instance, two of his former players, Kevin Garnett and Paul Pierce, have said the exact same thing that Mikal Bridges said, in harsher words, actually. But they said that the players need to go up to Tom Thibodeau and express their viewpoint that they shouldn't be playing that much. And apparently that's what Mikal Bridges did. I don't know if any other starters did that. Now, keep in mind, Josh Hart has said he appreciates playing the minutes. He's a basketball player. He wants to be out there.
And I
so
think
you
that
have kind of these two competing viewpoints, at least publicly, regarding the minutes situation. I do want to put this out there because I think it's important. This was not something that Mikal Bridges was talking about angrily. It was not something that he wanted to get off his chest. It was something that came up based on a question that I asked, which was, Tom Thibodeau has this reputation. Is it fair? And that was his response.
Knicks guard Mikal Bridges asks Tom Thibodeau to back off a bit on the starters' minutes because the bench deserves more minutes themselves. Our New York Post Knicks beat writer Steph Bond broke the story. He's on now, live from Portland. Steph, let's get straight into this thing.
We're going to talk about that too.
He's an Iron Man out there, but does he have a point? Does Tibbs need to ease up on the minutes and give the bench a little bit more playing time?
Well, I mean, it's a very complicated question because if you look at the bench that was assembled, I don't think it is a top tier bench. Just if you look at talent standpoint. And listen, that was a big reason why they had to go with the bench that they did, is because they splurged so much on the starting lineup. They spent so much of their cap and their assets to build this starting lineup that, you know, reducing the experience and the talent on the bench was going to be a byproduct
with Kevin Garnett.
It was. But I did find it very interesting and a little bit surprising that Mikal Bridges acknowledged that he talked to the coach and he said, "Listen,
still talking.
You know, you got to play the bench more. You should be playing the bench more. You know, it's hard to play 48 minutes in a game. It's hard on the body. And guys like Landry Shamet, they're playing well. You should leave them out there." I thought that was a very interesting acknowledgement from Mikal Bridges, who, by the way, is the NBA's Iron Man. Owns the consecutive games played streak. Top, number one in the NBA right now. Leads the NBA in minutes. So, coming from him, I thought it was certainly noteworthy.
3 of the 5 starters lead.
You want to talk about Josh Hart comment too?
Tom Thibodeau, he's known for this. Starters play a lot of minutes. How do you think he's going to respond?
That's a good question too. We talked to him later today before the Blazers game. I'm going to bring up, what Mikal Bridges said and what his response has been. But historically, Tom just brushes this stuff aside and says he pays it no mind. Listen, this has been a criticism surrounding him for a very long time. And just this season, for instance, two of his former players, Kevin Garnett and Paul Pierce, have said the exact same thing that Mikal Bridges said, in harsher words, actually. But they said that the players need to go up to Tom Thibodeau and express their viewpoint that they shouldn't be playing that much. And apparently that's what Mikal Bridges did. I don't know if any other starters did that. Now, keep in mind, Josh Hart.
All right, y'all. Let's get into it now. Like I said, it's not going to be a long video, so I'm probably be on here for another 5 minutes or what. But what do y'all think? You know what I'm saying? Tell me, what do y'all think? Mikal Bridges, do you think he's the only player that feel this way? The bench player, they want to get on the court. So, I've been saying this all year long. Arguing on Twitter and still watching other things, and what I've noticed, is, I hate to say like I'm right, but I think that if Tibbs make the adjustments, matter of fact, let me back it up. Everybody been complaining about Mikal's game, how he's not scoring like they thought he would be scoring. This could be one of the reasons. Like you heard the man say, he's number 1 in the league in minutes. Iron Man, haven't missed a game since when? Since he started playing basketball, probably grade school. He's not used to playing that many minutes. That's the reason he was able to play so many games. And if his streak might be in jeopardy messing with his coach, you know what I'm saying? It just might be in jeopardy. He probably thinking about asking out for some rest or whatever, but something's got to be addressed, you know what I'm saying? And I think privately, you know what I'm saying, things have been talked about. I think Mikal probably talked to the captain, Brunson. I think there might be a little division in the locker room. I'm not talking about the chemistry. I'm just talking about the playing time of the minutes. Because as he said, you heard Josh Hart came out and said, hey, nothing wrong with it. So I'm not going to go from verbatim, but y'all all heard him, so y'all get the gist of what I'm about to say. That he loved being on the court. Then you hear Mikal Bridges come out and say what he say. And that didn't just come from the question tonight, you know what I'm saying? And then you got to think about tonight's game. How many reporters are going to start asking the other players the same question? Or are they going to be told not to respond to that question? Give a company answer, something like that. But Mikal Bridges is right. I've been feeling the way this, like, you got to think long run. You know what I'm saying? We've been in third for the longest. I can't do the math in my head right now to see how many games we lose or whatever position to drop. We're dropped to, if we was to fall out of third, and what's the worst case scenario, how low we can drop. I haven't done the math. You know what I'm saying? I'm just responding to what I heard today. And right now, I'm not saying there's problems, but it looks like, something might be brewing. So I'm thinking Tibbs going to have to just get this under control. So tonight we're gonna see how he utilized the bench. We seen in that blowout he gave the bench a little bit more minutes, but it still was like 5 minutes, 4 minutes into the quarter. It was a blowout. He still had the guys out there. The guys should have been out there for 7, 8 minutes if they would let that lead slip. Then you bring the guys in. Doug Christie empty his bench around 7 minutes. He brung in all his starters, and Tibbs had his starters out there extra minutes, so extra 2 minutes. And these are the things I've been talking about. Trying to keep the guys healthy, trying to keep the guys away from injuries, unnecessary injuries, I may add. We've seen it with Julius Randle. I think that hurt us last year in playoffs. I don't care what nobody say. I blame Tom Thibodeau all the way for Julius Randle missing the playoffs last year. We was blowing Miami out. There was no reason he should have been in that game. I don't care what nobody say. You can defend him all you want. You're wrong. But this is just, I'm not saying guys is in there talking crap against Tibbs and it's, chaos in the locker room or anything like that. But I'm pretty sure, the bench players, McBride, he not on argue because he getting his minutes now. And I'm not gonna say Cole it because he's a rookie, but you had other guys, probably Jericho Sims, who probably wanted more minutes. He felt he deserved it. He's been with the Knicks for significant minutes. For significant time now, more so than other guys. So now he's gone and he's getting minutes. You know what I'm saying? I haven't been watching too many Milwaukee games. So I got to check out some games to see how he actually doing over there in Milwaukee. But I think right now, tonight's game against Portland, we're going to get a total tell of how Tibbs react to Bridges, little, what can I say? Letting the cat out the bag, a little in-house, business, whatever you want to call it, Bridges asked a question. A lot of guys gave company answers. When I say a lot of guys, I'm really talking about one guy, and that was Josh Hart. Gave company answers, and Bridges was real, And you got to think about this. For Bridges to come out and answer that question as real and truthfully as he did, he got the wear and tear got to be catching up to his body, man. I don't care what nobody say. The wear and tear got to be catching up to his body. Just sit back and think about that for 1 second. If he came out, because usually when players are asked certain questions, they kind of, like I said, give that company answer. They try to stay away, not try to cause too much controversy, especially with a coach that they so-called like and giving them the minutes, So for him to come out with that answer, that's a tell, It's exactly what I've been saying all year long. And I keep telling you, it's nothing on Tibbs. Like, I ain't saying he's a bad coach. I call him a super assistant coach. No disrespect, Tibbs, because you acting like one. A head coach know when to rest these guys, you know what I'm saying? And look like Mikal is trying to give Tibbs a hint. But you see, one thing I like, he spoke to Tibbs. It's not like he just came out so that's the respect he had for Tibbs. It's not like he just came out and without, confirming with the coach or, I ain't saying he got any permission. Let me back off from that. I ain't saying he got permission, but he spoke to Tibbs. And when he was asked a question, he was able to answer it honestly. But that still go back to what I said. If he's going to answer that question like that, it has to be wearing him down. And other players have to be talking about it too, because it's never just one person. Let's be real. I don't care. At the job, it's never just one person. And y'all got to remember that, they play basketball. This is their job. You know what I'm saying? Just how we have our gripes at work, they have their gripes at work. You know what I'm saying? Yes, they get paid millions of dollars, something we can't fathom. But at the same time, they got a job, and their job is a workplace. So whatever happened in the workplace, at your workplace or his workplace, my workplace, it's similar to them. You know what I'm saying? Probably not the same, situations, but y'all get what I'm talking about. So for him to come out here and answer that question, I'm gonna say it one more time. To answer that question honestly, straightforward, got to be some wear and tear. He got to be feeling the effects of this system. That's all I got to say. Tell me what y'all think. Hit me in the comments. Y'all know how we do. With that being said, I want everybody to stay safe, stay healthy. God bless, and peace.